The story we're about to delve into begins on a seemingly ordinary quiet Sunday in the quaint town of Hexham, England. A town steeped in history, unaware of the extraordinary events about to unfold. The date was May 5, 1957. A day that would forever be etched in the annals of this family's history. A day that began like any other Sunday morning. On that fateful morning, John and Florence Pollock, a loving couple, were walking to church with their two beloved daughters, ready to partake in their weekly worship. The elder daughter, Joanna, was a bright and cheerful girl of 11, full of youthful energy and promise. And little Jacqueline, just 6 years old, was the baby of the family, radiating innocence and joy. The girls, hand in hand, their bond unbreakable, were full of life, their steps light and carefree as they made their way down the street. They were chatting excitedly, their voices filled with laughter, discussing the simple pleasures of childhood, sweets they hoped to buy, and the games they would play with their friends later that day. But in a cruel twist of fate, their idyllic morning took a horrifying turn when suddenly, a car veered wildly off the road, its trajectory dangerously erratic. The driver, tragically impaired and unable to react in time, lost complete control of the vehicle, setting in motion a chain of events that would alter the Pollock family's destiny forever. In a devastating instant, the out-of-control vehicle struck Joanna, Jacqueline, and their young friend Anthony, who were walking together. The impact was catastrophic. All three children were killed instantly, their lives tragically cut short in the blink of an eye. In that single, devastating moment, the Pollocks' world shattered into a million pieces, their hearts broken beyond repair. Their home, once a vibrant hub of laughter, joy, and the innocent sounds of children playing, became a tomb of silence, heavy with the unbearable weight of grief and loss, a constant reminder of what they had lost. John, a devout Catholic grappling with unimaginable sorrow, clung desperately to his faith and a fervent belief in reincarnation, praying with unwavering hope for a miracle, a sign that his daughters might somehow return. He desperately hoped that his beloved daughters would find their way back to him, that they would somehow be reborn and reunited with their loving family in some form. Florence, utterly devastated by the loss of her children, struggled to find solace in John's belief, finding it difficult to accept such a hopeful possibility amidst her profound grief. The entire town mourned alongside them, sharing in their grief and offering what comfort they could, the magnitude of the loss echoing through the close-knit community, leaving an indelible mark on everyone who knew the Pollock family. Toys sat untouched in the playroom, gathering dust, and the children's beds remained perpetually empty, a stark reminder of the void in their lives. The Pollocks were now faced with a future irrevocably defined by absence, a life forever changed by this unspeakable tragedy. Their tragedy was the kind that leaves an enduring mark not only on a family but on the very fabric of a community, a wound that time struggles to heal. But amidst the sorrow and despair, there was also a glimmer of hope, a mystery that would soon begin to unfold, challenging the boundaries of belief and understanding. For the extraordinary story of the Pollock twins, a tale of reincarnation and unexplained phenomena, was just about to begin, promising to captivate and confound the world. In the agonizing months picture of love. Florence, while overjoyed at the arrival of her new daughters, remained cautious, her heart filled with a mixture of hope and uncertainty. She couldn't help but wonder if the birth of twins was simply a remarkable coincidence or if there was something more profound at play. The arrival of Gillian and Jennifer brought a fragile sense of joy and renewal to the Pollock family, a light in the darkness that had consumed them for so long. John, gazing at his newborn daughters, saw not just new life and new beginnings, but a continuation of the precious lives that had been so tragically cut short, a bridge between the was about to become one of the most baffling and strangest cases in the annals of history, a story that continues to fascinate and perplex to this day. From birth, Gillian and Jennifer were a puzzle. Jennifer had two birthmarks, one on her forehead, matching Jacqueline's old scar, and another on her hip, just like Jacqueline's birthmark. John saw these as signs from the past. The family moved to Whitley Bay, hoping for a fresh start, keeping the twins' late sisters a secret. Yet when the twins were given their sisters' old toys, they instantly knew which belonged to whom, naming the dolls exactly as Joanna and Jacqueline had. The girls even played a disturbing game, reenacting the accident, with Gillian cradling Jennifer and describing injuries only the deceased sisters had suffered. The twins had never been told about the accident, or their sisters' injuries. Their play was eerily specific, as if they remembered a trauma that wasn't theirs. The Pollocks were stunned. How could the twins know these things? The mystery deepened as the girls grew. Their behaviors and knowledge seemed to echo lives they'd never lived. The family began to wonder, were Joanna and Jacqueline truly gone, or had they somehow returned? The twins, Jennifer and Gillian, began to speak of events from Joanna and Jacqueline's lives with an unnerving familiarity. It was as if they were reliving moments from a past they couldn't possibly have experienced themselves. Their words painted vivid pictures of a life that belonged to their deceased sisters. It was as if they were their own, seamlessly weaving details into their play and conversations that hinted at a connection beyond the realm of ordinary siblinghood. One day Jennifer pointed to her forehead and said, "This is the mark I got when I fell in a bucket." The statement was delivered with a casual certainty, as if recalling a recent event, just as Jacqueline had, years before her tragic death. The detail was chilling in its accuracy. Gillian, on the other hand, described Joanna's old school and playground in perfect detail, recounting specific incidents and layouts that she had no logical way of knowing. Their personalities mirrored their sisters. It was as if the essence of Joanna and Jacqueline had somehow been reborn. Gillian was mature and protective, echoing Joanna's nature, while Jennifer was more dependent, much like Jacqueline had been. Beyond these personality traits, both girls shared a deep, specific fear of cars, a phobia that seemed to grip them with an inexplicable intensity. They would often break into fits of panic at the mere sound of engines, their small bodies trembling with an unidentifiable dread. Their parents, deeply troubled by these events, never discussed the accident with them, hoping to shield them from the trauma. Yet the twins seemed haunted by it, their fears and memories suggesting a connection to the past that defied logical explanation. Most astonishing, the girls recognized places in Hexham they'd never visited, places that held significance in their deceased sisters' lives. They were able to accurately identify their sister's school, pointing out specific details about the building and its surroundings, the park where they used to play, and even the route to their old house, describing the turns and landmarks with uncanny precision. These weren't vague memories gleaned from stories or photographs, they were precise and confident, delivered with the conviction of lived experience. Each moment added to the growing sense that the twins were more than just new children. They were, perhaps, echoes of lives tragically cut short. The Pollocks, grappling with the inexplicable, saw these as undeniable signs of reincarnation, a belief that offered a glimmer of solace amidst their grief. The twins' knowledge, their fears, and their uncanny recognition of places defied ordinary explanation, challenging the very boundaries of what was considered possible. Their story was becoming a case that would baffle experts for decades, a perplexing enigma that continues to fuel the debate about the mysteries of consciousness and the possibility of life beyond death. The past, it seemed, was not so easily left behind, its tendrils reaching out to touch the present in ways that defied comprehension. The mystery only deepened, drawing those who investigated it further into a labyrinth of unanswered questions and unsettling possibilities. Jennifer's birthmarks matched Jacqueline's scars, exactly what researchers call correspondence birthmarks. For John, these were proof of reincarnation. The twins' terror of cars was intense and persistent, lasting years. Florence recalled how they'd scream and hide whenever a car passed. Their reenactment of the accident was chillingly specific, echoing injuries only their sisters had suffered. How could they remember what they'd never experienced? As the twins grew, these memories and fears faded. By age 5, they stopped talking about their sisters' lives and began to live as Jillian and Jennifer. The scars, physical and emotional, told a story that slowly receded. The girls were finally free to create their own identities, but the mystery of their early years remained. When the twins were 4, the Pollocks returned to Hexham for the first time since the tragedy. The visit was a test. Would the girls recognize the town? As they entered Hexham, Jillian pointed out the school Joanna had attended and the playground where they used to play. The twins led their parents to their former home without guidance. They recognized neighbors' houses, naming families correctly. Their knowledge was too detailed to be chance. John saw this as final proof. Even Florence, once skeptical, was convinced. She admitted, "After that day in Hexham, I had to believe." The visit transformed doubt into acceptance. The girls' familiarity with the town was undeniable. It was a shared memory that spanned 2 lifetimes. The Hexham visit became the most powerful evidence in the Pollock twins' case. It wasn't just about strange comments, it was about navigating a world they'd never known. The journey back to Hexham left the family with awe and a sense of the extraordinary. The mystery was now impossible to ignore. The Pollock case challenges our understanding of memory and identity. The twins seem to arrive with memories belonging to others. At the University of Virginia, researchers have studied thousands of children with past life memories, often fading by age 7. Many, like Jennifer, have birthmarks matching wounds from a previous life. The Pollocks never discussed the deceased sisters in front of the twins, making suggestion unlikely. The specificity of the twins' knowledge defies normal psychology. Their case suggests memory and consciousness might not be limited to the brain. The Pollock twins force us to consider that human identity is more mysterious than we imagine. Their story remains a powerful example of the unknown. Not everyone believes the Pollock twins' story is proof of reincarnation. Skeptics argue the parents may have unconsciously influenced the twins, interpreting normal behavior as signs of a past life. The girls could have absorbed information from overheard conversations, piecing together a narrative. Human memory is fallible, stories change with retelling, and grief can color perception. Genetics and shared environment could explain similarities in personality and fears. The fear of cars might be inherited anxiety, not past life trauma. Skeptics see coincidence, suggestion, and family dynamics, not reincarnation. The case remains controversial, with rational explanations competing with the extraordinary. The Pollock twins' story continues to provoke debate. As Jillian and Jennifer grew, their past life memories faded. They lived normal lives, but their story endures as one of the most compelling cases in reincarnation research. The combination of specific memories, birthmarks, and phobias is hard to dismiss. The Pollock twins' case leaves us at a crossroads. Science offers rational explanations: suggestion, genetics, coincidence. But the extraordinary details invite us to consider something more. Is this a story of grief and hope, or evidence of life beyond death? The answer is personal and the mystery remains. What do you believe? The tale of the Pollock twins reminds us some mysteries are meant to be pondered, not solved. The journey of the soul, perhaps, is stranger than we know.